Hi, I'm Alan Tetreaults, owner of Global Sugar Art, and welcome to my DVD, Simply Chocolate. We're going to talk about melting chocolate now. We're going to mold some basic pieces, and we're going to talk about some of the fillings and the preparation of cherries and caramel for turtles and chocolate-covered cherries. I have a glass bowl here, and I've put in a couple pounds of the Merkin's Cocoa Light, which is their milk chocolate. I've got some dark chocolate already melted and ready to go. I wanted to show you the quick and easy way to melt this. I'm going to put this in the microwave at 50% power for 2 minutes. And then I'm going to check it to see how melted it is. It will take probably 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, but we're going to start with 2. The important thing is not to overheat this. If you overheat it, you've ruined your chocolate. So I'm just going to set this in the microwave now. When you take the chocolate out, it'll look like it's not melted, but as you start putting your spoon into it, you'll see that it is starting to melt. I'm just going to stir this around. I'm probably going to put this back in, for maybe another 30 seconds, a minute at the most. If I wasn't in a hurry, I could just set it on the water bath right on my little burner here, and in about 5 minutes, this would be ready to go. It's actually pretty close. You'll find that as you start stirring this and you dissipate the heat in it, it melts very, very quickly. Okay, I'm going to put this back in. At half power again, and we're going to watch it, maybe 30 seconds to 1 minute. The milk chocolate that's in the excuse me, this is the dark chocolate. This is ready to go. You can see the consistency of this. I melted that in the microwave earlier, and I have it on a water bath. That's probably a little hot. I see steam coming off of that, so I'm going to lower it. I want it warm but not hot. And that is ready. Very definitely. I'm just going to stir that for a minute, and it's ready to go. This is the beauty of using the Merkin's candy wafers, the chocolate coating. You don't need to temper the chocolate. You simply have to melt it properly. It smells wonderful too. All right, I'm just going to stir that until there are no more lumps. All the solid pieces are gone. Now, one of the things that's happening as I'm stirring this is I'm incorporating little tiny air bubbles. When we mold chocolate, you'll see that I drop them or I tap them, try to get those air bubbles to come to the surface. That's an important part of candy making, so your chocolates don't have little pits in them from the air bubbles. Okay, that is melted and ready to go. So we're going to start off with something really easy. I have chocolate transfer sheets. I hadn't talked about these earlier. These are an acetate sheet with a cocoa butter design on them. Now, the cocoa butter will be dissolved or will be melted by the chocolate the minute I put it on here. These are really popular. They come in dozens and dozens and dozens of styles and themes. This is a baby shower one for a boy. It's got little bottles and storks and bibs and diapers and cute little things for a baby shower. This one is slices of oranges. Here we have just a sort of a crosshatch of red and white. This is a speckled green and red, sort of a Christmassy one. Here's one of my favorites. This is a snowman. So, we're going to start with the snowman. And we're going to make a very basic bark. And I think for this one, I'm going to use the dark chocolate. Excuse me one sec. I forgot I needed a few large spoons. I'm just going to take some of the dark chocolate and spoon it into a bowl. And I want this to be almond. So I'll grab my almonds here. Now, the best thing to do with almonds is to put them in the oven just on a sheet pan, nothing else on the sheet pan, just the almonds. Don't grease the pan or anything like that. And put them in an oven at 350 and watch them. They'll take about 10 to 15 minutes and they'll turn a nice dark brown and they get a real nutty, wonderful, wonderful flavor. So the roasted almonds make a big difference in the chocolate rather than using plain almonds. Just mixing those two together. Now, there's a right side and a wrong side on the transfer sheets, and you can feel that that's just the acetate side, and this side is the side that has the cocoa butter. So make sure you pour it on the cocoa butter side. And I'm just going to pour that right on there. And just spread it around a little bit. Not too thin. And this is basic bark. Especially around Christmas time, you can often find packages of almond bark in the stores. And that's how it's made. Ours is going to have a little twist. When it's firm, when it's hardened, we're going to flip it over and remove the acetate transfer design, and those little snowmen are going to be on the back of this. So we'll see that in a few minutes. Now, I'm going to take this and we're going to go right into the freezer. It'll take about 5 minutes to firm up and then it's ready to go. You could leave it out on the counter. Putting it in the freezer just speeds things up. So I'm just going to put it right in the freezer. Welcome back. We've made quite a bit of chocolate pieces this morning and we're going to unmold those now. They've been in the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes depending on how thick they are. The first one I have is the bark that we made earlier. We had melted the dark chocolate, folded in some almonds and poured it on top of the transfer. So I have this here, and all we're going to do is flip that over and remove the transfer sheet. And you can see the wonderful design that it puts on the back of the bark. And bark, basically, break it up. That's all there is to it. Notice I've got the gloves on so I'm not leaving any marks on the chocolate. And that's all there is to it. It's probably the easiest chocolate thing you can make, and everybody loves it. You can put all kinds of fillings in it, different kinds of crunches that they have, and there's just a multitude of transfer sheets that you can use to sort of spruce it up. Put some upside down, put them in a little gift box. It's a great little gift for someone as well.